After the disappointment of Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, it's up to one director to save this entire franchise. The director of Charlie's Angel movies and This Means War. Yeah. Terminator Salvation. So Terminator Salvation is directed by Mick G. It's kind of a strange name for a director, don't you think? And this is the fourth installment in the Terminator franchise and stars Christian Bale and Sam Worthington. Basically, this movie took place in 2018 where Judgment Day has happened, and now we get to see the future war between humans and machines. We once again follow the story of John Connor, played by Christian Bale. After a failed attempt at finding the Skynet facility, they find out that the T-800 is being created. The T-800 is the same model that went back in time and killed John Connor's mother, Sarah Connor. And on the other hand, there's a criminal named Marcus Wright who met up with the young Kyle Reese, played by the early Anton Yelchin, and basically he's got kidnapped by Skynet, so both of them, Marcus Wright and John Connor, have to work together to go save Anton Yelchin and save the future of the human race. Now, once again, this movie is directed by Mick G, and he directed Charlie's Angels movies and This Means War after this movie, and yeah, I would say he's one of the worst directors ever. He's like in the top 5 worst directors in my personal opinion, with the director of Scooby-Doo and all that stuff. I forgot his name and I don't want to know his name. But Terminator Salvation, when I was young, I do used to like the movie because of how different it is to the other movies in the franchise. And this movie is different to the other movies in the franchise, and I'm glad they took that difference in this film. Actually, that's what I kind of like about this film. With the other Terminator movies, they took place in the past. You don't get to see much of the future war. This movie is all about the future war. The positive with the movie is the style of the movie, the look of the apocalypse with the machines fighting and all that stuff. The world, how it looks from now, from the past, during the franchise, it looks good. It looks like shit, the world. Like, it looks like you don't want to be there. The look of the locations. It looks like that's what it would look like in the future throughout the other Terminator films. Also, some of the acting, I thought it's okay. Like Christian Bale as John Connor, he's definitely the best part about this movie, but I wouldn't consider him great in this movie. Actually, a fact about this movie, Christian Bale has some of the biggest meltdowns during the set in this movie. And yeah, basically Christian Bale didn't want to be in this movie at all, and I can tell. Like, after the set of The Dark Knight, he came into this movie, and you can see that he still has his Batman vibes, because he's like, I'm Joker, we are dead. Like, maybe not like that, but you know what I mean. When you hear him as John Connor, you don't see him as John Connor, you see him as like Batman and John Connor's outfit or something like that. But also Anton Yelchin as the young Kyle Reese, I thought he was pretty good in the film. He's pretty underrated in the film. Yep. He died early, and it's very, very sad because he's a good actor, and he did a pretty fine job as a young Kyle Reese. But what I love about this movie is the look of the machines. They look really cool, and what I like about this film also is that they show other models as well besides the T-800. We've got the T-600, we've got these really huge robots, but there are also some dumb bots in this film as well. Like, there's this underwater scorpion bots, also got this motorcycle robots. Like, I thought they looked very, very silly for me. But most of the Terminators look really good. They look very animatronic, and that's what I like about the movie. But is Terminator Salvation good? Well, not really. Well, I would say this movie's better than Terminator 3. That is for sure. And I would say it's not as terrible as people are saying, because there are so much potential in this film. There's so many great opportunities they do with the film, but the biggest problem with this film is the script. Like, since this movie focuses on 2 characters in the movie, there's one character that we do kind of care about, and that's Christian Bale's John Connor, and now we've got Sam Worthington as a criminal Marcus Wright, which I feel like, why is he in this movie? He has nothing to do with the story of the movie. He just randomly appears and he comes into the story, and you don't get his motivations. Like, at the start of the movie, he's basically having this death rate, and what we find out is a twist in the movie, that is why he's having this death rate, and you literally don't even care about Sam Worthington in this movie. It's like he has one emotion in this movie, and you really don't care about Sam Worthington, which I don't mind Sam Worthington as an actor, but just in this movie, he's just not as likable in this movie. But back to the story, it focuses on those 2 characters, and it doesn't even know what story it's going to focus on, and honestly, I feel like the story of John Connor is interesting, because that's what the Terminator movies are mostly all about. It's all about him, so we want to see him basically fighting with the humans against the machines. Like, that's what we want to see in the future. Well, and we do see a bit of that, but we mostly get to see John Connor getting orders from people, and John Connor's supposed to give the orders, and that's pretty messed up with the script. And on the other hand, you don't even care about Marcus Wright's story because he's not interesting in the film, and this film just doesn't know where to freaking focus on. Also, the special effects in this movie, even though I do like the look of the Terminators in the movie, there are some CGI in the film that looks really freaking horrible. And you know what I'm talking about. The CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie looks absolutely hysterical. Literally, when I rewatch this movie, I'm like, oh my god, what is with digital faces in film? Like, literally, Terminator Genesis have a better looking Arnold than this freaking movie. Oh my god. We also get a twist in Terminator Salvation that is so freaking good. But the problem with the twist is that the freaking marketing of this film ruins that twist. Like, they just show it in the freaking trailer when Marcus Wright finds out that death ray thing at the start is basically Skynet putting the machine in him. So basically Marcus Wright's a Terminator, and that part was so interesting and it would have been such a great twist, but the marketing freaking ruins the freaking movie. And don't worry, this isn't the only Terminator movie that the marketing really sucks at. Literally, the marketing for the Terminator movies, just why? At least Terminator Dark Fate didn't do bad marketing and didn't spoil anything, hopefully not. The action scenes were good in this movie, but they weren't as memorable. It has the exact same problem with Terminator 3. Like, the action scenes were entertaining enough, but they just weren't as interesting or fun. Even though this movie took place in the future, and that's what I like about this movie, is that it's so different to the other movies. The action scenes aren't even interesting. Like, it's just random cliche chases, random cliche fights. And actually, the only action scene I like is the final act. It was actually really intense, but the T-100 is fighting against John Connor. That is interesting aspect. But the other action scenes, it's like, you don't even care about this movie for that. And it's really disappointing because this movie, I love the concept. Because most of the Terminator movies took place in the past, and we want to see a movie just about the future war between the Resistance and the machines. And we got that in this film, but they just picked the wrong director and writers for this film. The writing of this movie is really, really messy. It's all over the place. It doesn't know what to focus on. Some of the action was really entertaining, I'll give it credit, but they're not as memorable. I think Christian Bale did a pretty fine job as John Connor. I don't think he was perfect in the film. Anton Yelchin was definitely my favorite part about this movie. I did enjoy his performance. Sam Worthington, just, man. Overall, guys, Terminator Salvation isn't bad. It isn't terrible. It's a movie that had some entertaining aspects and had some really good concepts. But overall, this movie's just very, very messy. It's all over the place. It's definitely a film that I probably wouldn't watch again, this franchise, with Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. I'm going to give Terminator Salvation a C. So guys, that is my review for Terminator Salvation. Look forward to my one last Terminator review, Terminator Genesis. I'm re-reviewing that movie, so finally, we're up to the last Terminator review. So guys, let me know down below if you have seen Terminator Salvation. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or thought it's the most disappointing movie in the franchise? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter. Keep contacting me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notified for my latest reviews, and have a nice day.